Anetons, connecting professionals.
Okay, so first of all, thank you everyone, each of one. Thanks for joining. And this is a demo class. We're starting Microsoft Intune course, and this is a free class for everyone who are wishing to attend further course. And this is quick curated, especially for the professionals who are currently working with enterprise level, and they're working and supporting the device management infrastructure, and they are like deploying updates. They are co-responsible for managing the device, and this endpoint does not belongs to only devices like computer or servers. It is all includes your BYOD, your devices which are connected and with users. They are not directly connected to the enterprise. So it is mixture of everything. So first of all, we'll thank you for everyone for joining, and let's start. So this is what the Intune is all about. Now we'll talk about the content. We'll talk about each and every aspects of Intune, covering why this is required, where this क्लाउड कहाँ से अचानक से आ गया, वाई डू वी रिक्वायर क्लाउड. अभी तक तो ऑन प्रेमिसेस पे चीज़ें चलती थी, तो वाई वी रिक्वायर वाई डू वांट वी वांट टू पुट थिंग्स इन द क्लाउड. बहुत सारे ऐसे कस्टमर्स हैं जिससे मैं डील करता हूँ. दे आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल पुटिंग देयर डेटा ऑन क्लाउड. Okay, so this is a robust tool, but they don't know the benefit out of it and why this is. It's coming from the Microsoft ecosystem, so that's why it is like one stop solution. What you have been doing on your on prem, अब वो जाकर के आपको क्लाउड में वो चीज़ें कैपेबिलिटीज हैं, कर सकते हैं. ओके, सो फर्स्ट थिंग विल टॉक अबाउट व्हाट इज डिवाइस मैनेजमेंट. सो डिवाइस मैनेजमेंट इज नथिंग. डिवाइस मैनेजमेंट व्हाट इट रेफर्स, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स जो जो भी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन वर्क करता है, दे कैन इजिली डू मोबाइल डिवाइस मैनेजमेंट. दे कैन लाइक device management. Device is whatever having a operating system is called device. Okay, so it could be mobile device, it could be desktop, it could be laptop, or any computing devices within your organization. Okay, it involves, when you're doing the configuration, when you're doing the management, means you are involving yourself into the configuration, monitoring, securing these devices to ensure that the functions are correctly and secure. Okay, that's the first point. Why is device management necessary? So device management is very crucial. Okay, when you're talking about the enterprise level, जब आप बड़े ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ काम करते हैं, बड़े ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के पास बड़ा डेटा होता है, they have a huge client. Okay, so they cannot breach their security, they cannot breach their data. Okay, so to it is very crucial to maintain the security and efficiency of your organization's IT infrastructure. And since you guys as an admin, you own that hat, okay? You own the sense of responsibility. So it is require you to protect sensitive information, ensuring that compliance is met, ensuring all the regulations are met of your company, and ensure that you are getting the regular software updates to your end users. As we talked in the previous video, we saw that there are there are important updates available, but हर यूजर के पास पर्सनली जा करके उसके पास इंस्टॉल करना अपडेट इज नॉट feasible. Okay, so what he want us a seamless platform through which he can do the all sort of updates to the devices. Now the question is, everyone is not on the LAN network. Okay, everyone is not in the office, everyone is not sitting on the Wi-Fi or office Wi-Fi. So how would you manage? Okay, that is where the cloud platform Intune comes into the picture. Okay, so now the next thing is, why do we need a cloud based device management? See, cloud based device management offers several advantages. If you talk about the scalability, for example, now you have only 1,000 users or 5,000 users. All of a sudden there is a acquisition happened, there is another company merger happened, and you got the doubled employee. Then how would you scale that? Okay, so that is the first thing. It comes as a scalability. Second comes is about your remote access. Okay, if any sense of any situation arises and user is in trouble, maybe a VP is in trouble, what you would do, you need to connect immediately to his device and solve the problem. Okay, maybe I have heard, I mean, I have seen बहुत सारे ऐसे VVIPs हैं, they don't know how to print a document, they don't know how to align the document, maybe कुछ भी हो सकता है. So in that sense you are required to help immediately. And what if you are available only at the floor, and he's saying like, I want you to fix this problem immediately. So that's where the remote access, through which you can take the remote and you can resolve the problem. Also, you can do the reduce of the infrastructure cost. For example, if I have a doubled capable employees, and I want to serve them, then I don't require another server to build. Okay, I don't require another network to build. I don't require other applications or licenses to be procured. Okay, I don't require additional devices. Okay, so many things involved in comparison to scalability. So if you अगर आप on premises पे कर रहे हो, तो you know कि एक सर्वर खड़ा करने में कितना टाइम, कितना एफर्ट, कितना कॉस्टिंग इन्वॉल्व होता है. So because of cloud, there is a flexibility, there is a scalability, you can do it. Okay. Now, fourth one, what is the Microsoft Intune? So what is that Microsoft has launched? So Microsoft Intune is a cloud-based service. Okay. It is more on focusing your mobile device management, which is short form as MDM, and mobile application management, which is short form as MAM. So there are two pillars: MDM, which is mobile device management, and one is MAM, which is mobile application management. So these two terms, which helps your organization to manage devices and applications. So दो ही चीज हो सकती है, या तो डिवाइस हो सकता है या तो उसके ऊपर चलने वाला एप्लीकेशन हो सकता है, राइट? सो इन दिस सेंस you need to secure both of them. Okay, and that is where the Intune comes into the picture. Okay, what it can help, it can help to manage devices and applications of any employees which are using it. Okay, so it is also ensuring that these applications and devices are secure and they are compliant. Okay, now when I say capabilities, what Intune can offer, Intune having a lot of variety of, like, I would say it's a wide range of capabilities. Okay, but few of them which are core and essential, just wanted to talk about it. First is device enrollment and configuration. So as soon the device comes to Intune, you need to enroll that device. Okay, and you need to configure. Why to configure and enroll means I'm onboarding someone. For example, you go to a company, so they onboard you, right? So they give their ID cards, they give you email addresses and everything. So means they are doing your onboarding, means device enrollment. Then configuration means they are giving you security access, level of access. You go to premises, you can freely roam around. So that is what configuration requires in your device. Okay, second thing is application deployment and management. So whatever application I want to install on the device, I can simply go ahead and, please allow, and can simply do and application deployment and management. Third one, security policy enforcement means if you have some sort of, in nutshell, if you want keep my devices needs to be secure, my devices needs to be compliant, you need to set the security policy that you need to enforce. It is not by choice. Okay, for example, in my mobile, I don't want any employee, मैं नहीं चाहता हूँ कि मेरे कंपनी में मेरा कोई भी employee कैमरा यूज करे. Okay, so what I can do, I can enforce means मैं जबरदस्ती उसको कह सकता हूँ उस डिवाइस में वो सेटिंग को मैं डिसेबल कर दूंगा, तो वो बंदा कैमरा ऑन नहीं कर पाएगा, राइट? Fourth is remote wipe and lock. In scenarios where you have your company phone or you have your own phone, for example, and you just lost it, okay, for a XYZ reason. So still you have option to remote wipe, okay, and you can lock that device from your console itself, right? Then compliance reporting. If any device which is not falling under compliance rules or compliance policies, it can trigger an alarm. Okay, it can tag that device. Okay, this device is non-compliant. Okay, and within you can set the days within 30 days or something. You can set that device if the user is not logging or it's not compliant, that device will automatically be retired and deleted. Okay, also there is a way that you can auto wipe the company data from the device. Okay, why should we use it? Again, it is comprehensive solution from Microsoft. It is to help managing devices, application, enhancing security, ensuring that you have a compliance. Everything is seamless. And again, it's coming from Microsoft. You all have a premier support coming from Microsoft directly. So from the service wise, you don't have any trouble. It can, if there is any disruption or if there is anything that is going as a downtime, you can simply connect with Microsoft and can get the things dealt. Now, when I say life cycle of a device, so life cycle means how the device will go through the enrollment process. Okay, so first you will add the device to the Intune management or into the console or into the portal. Okay, then you will configure it. Configure means you will set the policies, you will set the profile. Then monitoring, where you will track the device compliance and performance. Okay, maintenance, you will apply updates and you will do the patching. Okay, retirement, if you want to remove the device from the management, for example that person is no longer with your company, so you can easily retire the device. Okay, how does Intune manage applications? So Intune is now integrated with various security services like Microsoft Defender, okay, and Azure Active Directory and conditional access policies. So these provides comprehensive solution. Okay, so that is where it ensures that the device is meeting the security standards. Okay, and those security standards are set by the corporate resources like your company or your enterprise. They do set it. Okay, now if what is architecture of Intune? So I have another set of image. I'll tell you the behind the scenes. No one will talk about how does Intune works behind the scenes. So I have those images. I'll talk in the next slide. So architecture wise, if you say it's a cloud based, it's simple, leveraged by Azure infrastructure. It runs on a VM, okay, and there are various components which runs in the background, and it is more of integrated with the in your Microsoft services. So 365 and Intra ID, all these integrated. So that is where you get flexibility of handling this application without any issues. It is at ease. Okay. So question is, how does Intune handle device management? Because it is very like it is very understood that yes, device is enrolled and all those stuff happens. Then what if I have a public apps? Okay, I downloaded something from the internet side. Okay, so what will happen in that case? So Intune manages applications by allowing your administrator to deploy, update, and remove apps on managed devices. Okay, so it is supporting both public apps from app stores and customized enterprise apps. In various companies, you see there are legacy applications. They are like LOB applications, line of business applications. Okay, so these are quite old. Okay, but they want you to be on the machine so user can use it. And I also want it to be securely distributed and maintained. I don't want this as a glitch or someone just pitch into a device and just take the data out. So that is also a concerning point. So this is where Intune helps you manage the application. What if how if I say how does Intune handle device management? So Intune Intune provides various tools, okay, various tools or ways to enroll the devices, configuring policies, monitoring compliance, performing remote actions like wiping, as I talked, locking the devices. It supports various platforms, including your Windows, your iOS, your Android, Mac OS, and Linux also. Okay, so it is that robust. How do you choose right management? If I say solution within Intune, so there are it depends upon your organization needs. Okay, what things do you want to keep, what things do you want not to keep? Okay, so I have we'll talk about the Intune licensing. In that we will take a look what it is and all about. Okay, so if I say I want to include the device types, okay, I want to do the security requirement, I want to make the compliance standards, and I want to integrate my existing IT infrastructure, so many things. So accordingly you can choose the license and you can go for the same. Okay, now last thing is like, if in sense of consideration of the devices, so what type of devices should I consider? So any devices, okay, considerably, that includes the compatibility, okay, that has the minimum OS version that you can set it, okay, that can easily be considered. Okay, in consideration of security features, user experience, and cost, okay, you can choose the device which meets the organization security and standards. Okay, for example, I have very old Android device and just wanted to enroll. No, you can't. Why? Because your operating system is that old. Security updates are not allowed on those on that operating system. So definitely it will create chaos in my environment. That's why I don't want that device. Okay, so you can set the standard. Now, what are the platforms consideration for devices? So platforms can be anything, okay, where you can set the or you can optimize the performance of the device across all the devices. Not like just you can do it on Android, you cannot do it on iOS, you cannot do it on Windows machines. You can do everywhere. Okay, you can leverage the flexibility. You have to leverage the capabilities of Intune to all the devices. The last one, what is the requirement? So requirement is very simple. Either you need to have Intune licenses. So there are three licenses: Intune, P1 and P2 and Intune Suite. Or you can have Azure subscription, okay, which does complies Intune prereqs, okay, and also helps to enroll the devices. Okay, so additionally, uh, with the license, Intune Suite and Intune, like maybe you can go to Enterprise E3, E5. I'll talk in the next slide, okay, so that you can do. So this was the overview of the content and why we should require choosing Intune. Okay, next, the benefit, as I talked, we can enforce the policies, we can do the configuration settings. As I said, I just want to turn off the camera, I can do it. मुझे कुछ मॉनिटर करना है, कुछ डेटा, कई बार ऐसा होता है कि you have eligibility to copy and paste the data from one application to another, so you can also restrict that. Okay, now from this platform you can manage the devices which are there. Like you can do it virtually or you can do on physical devices as well, at the physical location. So regardless, wherever you are, you can manage the devices. Okay, there are automate policy management. So like we used to do it in group policy in Active Directory, the same way now it's Entra ID. So same thing, you can automate, you can make the devices in a secure, compliant using this. Okay, you can optimize business use cases according to the device. You can optimize the features and you can restrict those which are additional, which don't you require on your company. And it is a single point of management of devices. You don't need to you know struggle, or it's not to go to multiple windows and manage the things. In the single console you can do all sort of things. I'll see if I can try and show you the Intune console of mine, and I'll show you. That is just a setup, so it just not have much more data in this. Also, you can secure and protect the data of devices, safeguard, you can prevent it from the unauthorized access. Okay, so overall, the meaning of it, you can do anything what you want on the devices. Okay, now this is more of Microsoft Intune architecture. Okay, that was in a written format. This is in graphical format. So in graphics, if you see, you can manage the devices from a console. You can deploy and update the software. You can set the configuration settings. You can enforce policies. You can monitor and do the data reporting. Okay, you have flexibility to do the remote administration. You can maintain all the devices or operating systems over the network. Okay, you can optimize things according to your business use. You can automate policies. Okay, for example, like setting up the updates, setting up certain policies. Okay, cloud attach. If you guys know SCCM, if you have a background of SCCM, so this is very easy to use feature. Okay, earlier, what is difference? Like Intune is more of cloud based, and SCCM is more of on prem based. Okay, SCCM को एक सर्वर पे पर्टिकुलरली इंस्टॉल करना पड़ता है, उसके बाद उस कंसोल को आप डेलीगेट करते हो दूसरे को, और विद इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मे बी SSM administrator can do it. Okay, now Intune is more of cloud based. Okay, मुझे उसके लिए क्या चाहिए? एक कंप्यूटर चाहिए, इंटरनेट चाहिए, और मेरा वेब ब्राउजर मुझे चाहिए. That's it. I don't want any extra infrastructure to set up to configure my Intune. That's it. So that is where the flexibility comes into the picture. Okay. Two things which I said, those are core and those are the pillars of Intune. One is mobile device management and second one is mobile application management. So mobile device management, again, talking about the enrolling of users device. I am a user. I have a mobile device. I joined an organization, but I want to access the company resources. मैं नहीं चाहता हूँ कि मैं लैपटॉप पे लॉग इन करूँ and I just go and check things. I have my enroll and the mobile. I just wanted to enroll with my company and I want to access the data. So this flexibility comes into the Intune. So now what user can do? User can enroll the device. You can push the apps on these devices. You can restrict specific OS. As I said, I have an old OS. I don't want to onboard that device. You can restrict. You can block personal devices. Okay, so this is where we'll talk in the next slide. You can remove the data from if the device is lost or is stolen. Okay, and you can also have flexibility again, which is very much crucial and core security and protection. Okay, any device can be malfunctioned if you download anything from the internet, maybe XYZ website or a dark web. You just gone and downloaded something, it can ruin everything. Okay, and enterprises, they are very much keen to safeguard their data. Okay, so this comes with the reliability and security measures. Second thing is mobile application management, which is where your applications, like you said, copy, paste, and all those stuff. Okay. So this is where you can allow your personal devices to access organization resources. Okay. But there are certain limitations, certain criteria that you need to set before they optimize it, before they use it. You can prompt users to authenticate. Okay. For example, I have Outlook and I have downloaded Excel file. Okay. And I am just double clicking on it, maybe a document or maybe Excel file. I just don't want to document, double click and open it. Okay. But if I have not the right person, it will not allow me to open that file because it will ask me to authenticate. And if the authentication is not met, if it's not secure, there is hash values which are involved in background. And Intune is having a one way of transcripting the hashes. For example, my password is India@123. Okay, and my hash value is something different. Okay, but from that hash value you cannot convert and get to know what is my password. Okay, that is where the Intune comes. And one bit, it comes as a 8. Okay, one bit is an 8, and it changes it to 256 bits, bytes, hash values. So means you are just typing a one bit. Okay, but that is being converted into multiple hashes, and then it is being secured over the network. Okay, so this is the encryption policy. This is very much robust. You can remove data from lost and stolen devices, and again you can do the security and protection. Okay, now let's talk about the interview, this overview. Okay, this is a small picture. Okay, I won't say it is much bigger, but just let me give you the gist. So self-service is what? Self-service is something that your IT infrastructure team will have access. The users can easily, they can go to the company portal, they can download things. Okay, company portal is a dedicated software which is installed on each devices, especially not on Windows, because Windows 10 is having that inbuilt feature. Okay, so one is self-service, which provides users to enhance the efficiency, okay, and their user satisfaction. So one thing is self-service. Second is web-based admin center. So I'll talk about that. So nothing to create infrastructure and all. Apps. So Intune manages all sort of deployment, application updates, and protection measures to ensuring that yes, your apps are running securely on these managed devices. Identity wise, as I said, anyone is not part of your organization will not get access to it. So it will, there is a groups. Okay, on the groups you enforce the policies. Okay, you ensure that yes, right people having the right security measures are in place, and the right people are accessing with their identity. Okay, devices wise, as I said, you can set the compliance, you can set the configuration, you can set the conditional based policies and all. BYOD is a concept which is like bring your own device, okay, or maybe other devices also which are owned by organizations. So you can set these devices in your infrastructure, and you can set the compliance as well. Okay, so anyone who's taking his device and coming to just wanting to access the enterprise level data, you need to set the device first and enroll it. Okay, remote and hybrid workers. Again, I'm not sitting at my office. I'm remote worker from last 5 to 6 years. Okay, so but how am I using accessing the enterprise level data? Because of the Intune. Okay, because it supports both remote workers and on-premises workers. Okay, what is the background? Because it is ensuring the security and access level is prominent, is intact. Okay, when we talk about the integration, you can integrate your configuration manager, which is called SCCM. Now that has changed to MECM. Okay, you can integrate this with Microsoft Defender. Okay, that is again part of endpoint. So all sort of your Office apps, Teams, everything you can secure from from this integration. Okay, security measure wise, Intune believes, or Intune's best practice is zero trust. Okay, means zero trust means I know you, you know me. Okay, we had a handshake. Okay, I did transfer something. Fine. In next moment, again I'll ask, who are you? Okay, where are you coming from? What is your authentication token? What is your password? Is the hash matching? All these things comes into the picture. So zero trust means Intune कहता है I don't know you always. चाहे आप कितने भी secure हो, zero trust means I don't know you. Okay. So this is where it maintains the level of access, and it ensures that all the monitoring is happening continuously. So whatever you are doing, it is being monitored. Okay. And last thing is reporting and data. Reporting and data means you have a flexibility to run a report, analyze, okay, monitor the compliance, security posture, and each and everything you can do through Intune. Okay. So this is the overview. Now, as I talked, zero trust. Okay, how does this work? So user is at the location, okay, or he's just trying to access something, okay, or maybe some application is you are just punching the company's email address and password. That's it. Okay, so it will send a signal. Okay, it sends the signal, and in the background there are APIs which interacts, which check triggers to intra ID, gets the token, other information, okay, and checks whether this person is verified or not. Then it gives you another prompt where it says verify whether are you the genuine person or not. Okay, so it asks you to set your like what is your MFA. Okay, do you have MFA? No. Okay, what if you have your mobile? Send me the text. Okay, all these parameters should be met. If it's not being met, unfortunately the access will be blocked. Okay, so you will not gain access to enterprise level data. So that is what the zero trust works like that. Okay, data protection is the key. I would say it is very much crucial. It is very much important. However, people try to dive in, get into, make you're just trying to ring fence and just try to close things. But मैंने बहुत लोगों को देखा है कि अचानक से they have their machines and uh, they feel something is happening. I think their system is compromised. They just take the LAN cable or just disconnect the Wi-Fi. Okay, so that does not give you a data protection. Okay, data protection is something which is a layer, okay, which comes from the service or from the vendor side. Okay, and this is where the Intune is really much robust in that. Okay. Now, as I talked, licenses wise, enterprise level में अगर जाएंगे तो every enterprise having a premium licenses. Okay, so either you are using enterprise Microsoft 365 E3, yeah, E5, so or you are part of EMS. So all these licenses, gives you access to Microsoft Intune. Okay, and if you are running any sort of education or something, like if you have organization or something, so you can definitely go with this. Okay, Microsoft Intune for education. So majority of the time you will see enterprise mobility and security E3 or E5 is always there, or you have a Microsoft 365 business account, so this license will give you the flexibility to use Intune. Okay, now how does device works, it's just in a graphical manner. So first the enrollment happens. You can do bulk enrollment, in sense of if you are having Apple devices or you have iOS devices, you can do the bulk enrollment. If you are Android devices, you can do so. Self service is also option there, where you install a company portal app, you punch in the credential, then you put click on enroll, then it downloads the management profile in backend, then it creates your profile, and then things starts happening. So we'll take when we'll start the classes, we will talk in very much depth about this. Then configuration profiles, settings, and all that comes into the picture from the background. As an IT admin, I have already set up my compliance, my security policies, everything from the background, and I have already set a deployment profile, and I have already set what applications should that person go on. For example, I have plenty of teams, like I have HR team, मेरे पास मार्केटिंग टीम है, मेरे पास सेल्स टीम है, मेरे पास help desk staff hai, and I have a VVIP. So everyone is having different sort of privileges. Okay, and that is like they are considered HR का जो बंदा है, he will only get the applications which are relevant to HR. He will not get something out of the box of sales application or something like that. Okay, if I have a help desk, I will give only him a privilege to see what is happening on the device and just see what the very minimal sort of access I will give it to him. Okay. Third comes as protect and manage. So security wise, how would you secure the device? That is from the background. We will set all the configuration in the background. We will run the report inventory. We will set the baselines as well. So baselines means something I require something like this is something that should met on the device. Okay. If these criteria are not being met, the device will not give access to enrollment. For example, I need to have at least 8 digit of password. Okay. At least I should have a pin set for my device. At least I should have this particular level of operating system. If not, then sorry, your device will go non-compliant or maybe it will not enroll. Okay. Somehow you will see there are Chinese brands. Okay. They like you will get trouble enrolling those devices, so because of the restrictions. Okay. Retirement again, you can do the factory reset, you can delete the device, anything that you want you can do the device. Okay. But when you wiping the device, when you're deleting the device, uh, deleting and wipe I mean like wiping option does not work on Android, it only works on iOS. Okay. So if you are simply deleting the device, that is fine, it will delete from the console but it will not impact. But if you are doing something which is wiping the device, so it will wipe out. And if you are doing like factory reset or something, then that it will gone, all the data of users will gone. Okay. So we need to be very cautious while doing this. Okay. Securing apps, as I said, two ways of doing it. One is from the device management side. Okay. Device management policy, you can push and you can safeguard the device. So whenever you install Intune or company portal and when your device gets enrolled, so you will see there are two ways. One, either application के ऊपर एक लॉक का आइकन होगा, और एप्लीकेशन एक डिफरेंट सॉर्ट ऑफ फोल्डर के अंदर चला जाएगा, पर्सनल अलग हो जाएगा, कॉर्पोरेट डेटा अलग हो जाएगा. सो दिस इज हाउ you differentiate or you get to manage कि this is how you differentiate and get to manage what is my corporate app and what is my personal app. Okay. So when we'll do the enrollment, we'll take it. Okay.
Actually,
Now
there will be like work profile and personal profile. So, right?
there will be, yes, we'll take
Mm.
queries at the
Yeah, yeah,
end.
sure. Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you.
Okay. Now here you can set up a Intune tenant. So guys who are using configuration management or SCCM, they can do this tenant attach. So it means all the sort of management which we were doing earlier on your SCCM, you can also do that capability. You have that flexibility to do it from Intune. So in Windows 10 especially, you can manage that device, you can do all sort of updates and everything that you want to take over, you can do it definitely from Intune. Okay. So Intune is gradually moving up with numerous other features, and because SCCM is third largest selling application of Microsoft, so there are lots of if and buts. How should we uh, capable make it more capable enough so it can leverage the cloud features as well. But co-management is the one thing that helps to share the workload. Okay. It can help you to delegate access. Okay. Now this is how the co-management works. Okay, if you are SCCM guy, you might have seen this. Okay, and this is how you can share the workload. Cloud attach is where you register your tenant in SCCM, and workload where you what do you want to set the compliance policies from Intune. Yes, you can. Device configuration, if you don't want, you can do the pilot. Endpoint protection, you want to keep with you, you can do it. And resource access policies, client apps and all. Now I think so many apps like Flexera and Software Central, they give you a flexibility where you can directly push the app to the Intune. Okay, and if I know like all the organizations, they have started shifting all their apps from SCCM to Intune now. Okay, there is being very less dependency on SCCM. Okay, so this is how does this look alike. Now, this is a very, I would say, broad picture. It is like we talked about the small scale, how the Intune works. This is a broad picture. Okay. So, first thing, if you notice, when you're talking about the Microsoft Intune service, so Intune service one is talking about the configuration devices. So this is where you can set the endpoint security, means you can implement security settings for the devices. Okay. You can do the configuration policies, means you can define how your device are set and being operated. Okay. This is what you can do. Protect data is very similar. You need to set the app protection policies where you can secure your apps and prevent the data loss and unauthorized access. Okay. Device compliance policy is something where you ensure that yes, your devices are meeting the organization security requirement. If it's not, then it will be not get access to the data. Okay. Manage apps, you can customize applications based on your users or your device. Okay, you if you have line of business like you have old legacy applications, that you can also deploy internal as an internal application and do all sort of things from Intune. Okay. uh, Data and uh, compliance wise, if I say, so Intune data is some data warehouse is something where you have all the central repository for your data compliance. Okay, and threat assessment. How it is integrated? So it is integrated with Microsoft Entra ID. Microsoft Entra ID, which is like Azure Active Directory or maybe AD, if you know. So this is now in cloud, which is called as Microsoft Entra ID. So Microsoft Entra ID is what it helps you to manage identities, and it helps you to provide conditional access based on the compliance. So if you're not compliant, you will not get access. Okay. Configuration manager, as I said, everyone is knowing much better. It is on premises application. This is where uh, you deploy sort of configuration settings. You do deploy software updates, operating system, and all those stuff. You can do it from there. Device management, MDM. We already talked about MDM, like Windows, Mac OS, iOS, Android, Linux. All these you can do sort of device management. MAM, more on focusing your application, particularly for the mobile devices. Okay. So MAM is mobile application management. Okay, which is more on your devices. Okay, mobile devices. Network and authentication. So network and authentication means what it does, it controls the network access based on the device compliance. Okay. And authentication and authorization, uh, if you are ensured that yes, your device is verified with the right access, you will get authentication and you will get access to further resources. Update and reporting. Update reporting, again, for Windows update for businesses and all, you can simply send updates on the managed devices. Okay. Graph API is something which runs in the background, which runs underneath. Okay, everything, every like billions of device check-in, check-out, and all those stuff that happens that goes underneath the Graph API. Okay, so Graph API is sort of programmatic access, okay, which helps the data reporting and management. So this is where you can see the real time scenario where the data, how your device is checked in and what is the state of it. Okay, and external app distribution is something you can integrate with various app stores like Apple, Google, Microsoft, and further distributing applications. Okay, so this is more of a broad picture. I don't want to get into more into it. Okay, but just giving you just RBAC is something with the conditional policy. RBAC is something that you give the role based access to persons who want to access the Intune console. Okay, for example, as I said, help desk guy, I don't want to give him much privilege, or maybe a simple service desk guy is L1. So I don't want to give him the entire state, so he can tweak things and which can create a trouble. The biggest achievement, I would say, is Windows Autopilot, okay, and endpoint analytics, which is more robust. We have a dedicated, I would say, 6 hours Windows Autopilot demo. We will do things. We will lots of deep dive into Windows Autopilot. Okay. Now, operating system, as I said, it do support Windows 10, 11, Android 8.0 and later, iOS now 15.x. So you can also set these limitation in your Intune. This is where you can set and ensure that the devices are meeting the compliance. Mac OS is 12.0. I'm currently on I think I'm Microsoft. I have a Sequoia currently on my device, and Ubuntu LTS and version in anything which is 22 and above. Red has had to Linux 8 and 9. You can use and you can enroll it. Okay, earlier Linux was not a part of it, but now it is. Okay, enrolling Android devices, you have personal owned devices, which is called corporate, BYOD. Corporate devices is like if you have some sort of chaos, okay, and you want to set a device which is very much dedicated, you don't want to give much privilege, you have a single application, you just need to open and do it, or maybe a point of sale devices, as you have seen like Chroma or Max Fashion or wherever you go, they have one tablet. In that tablet there's one application installed, they just double click on it and just run it goes on website, and you can simply scan the barcode and you can do the sale. You can put your mobile number, create a login, and do that. Okay, or you can do the corporate owned fully managed devices. Okay, and you can also do the corporate owned work profile. So we will talk when we have a enrollment uh, you know uh, content, we'll talk on that. In now Linux is also part of it. So what it does when you go and install Microsoft Edge and when you install Intune app, then it gives you a feature to support where you can set the compliance and you can run the scripts, okay, on these devices. Windows, as I talked, I hope everyone is aware about group policy. So GPO part, which is quite crucial, Active Directory, it was very difficult for everyone to understand how policy works. But here things are being very much easy. You can easily simply set the things and you can do that. You can also import the ADMX files. You can also import those group policies to Intune and you can manage easily. Okay. Windows Autopilot, any devices which are Windows 10 or 11, you can simply enroll these devices as a Windows Autopilot provisioning. You can simply extract the hash. You need to upload that. So this feature is especially for OOB environment, means out of the box environment, where I simply like I go to Dell, I purchased one of the laptop, and I simply want to, go and access my enterprise level. I just don't want to wait for the imaging and all. So that vendor need to update the hash, upload that in the Intune. Okay, once it's uploaded, I can simply log in with my email address and password, and that's it. Boom, I have access to my company resources. That's it. This is that easy. And co-management, again, you can in configuration manager, you can add a device to a collection, okay, and it can be managed through SCCM and Intune, okay. And BYOD, where you have access to set the conditional access app sign in, and you have access to company portal. Sometime you might have seen on your devices, if you have enrolled your company, on your personal devices, if you have enrolled company's data, or maybe you have installed company portal, so you might have seen sometime it prompts you key set the password, your device is non-compliant, you need to set the uh, 8 digit of something like that. Okay, so you need to continuously check into the company portal, you need to continuously be active, otherwise the device goes non-compliant, okay, and that device will be auto removed. So this is where the Entra ID comes into the picture when you performing administrative task. Okay, so each IT team has two, administrative units. Okay, they can set it up accordingly, and RBAC is something which is role based, and that you, as I said, you want to define a group manager, you want just people to read it out as a help desk guy or whatever, global administrator, Intune administrator, all sort of things you can perform. What are terms conditions? Okay, so uh, Intune is quite robust, but what if I don't meet the certain criteria, then I won't be able to use it. Okay, so first thing first, you need to have Microsoft Entra hybrid joint devices. Previously it was hybrid Azure AD joint. So now anything which is not joined, okay, as a domain, any devices, so it will not sync. Okay, and if it will not sync, then it will not go to Intra ID and your device will be lost. So you need to have the device, in on a domain. It should not be in a work group. Okay, Microsoft Entra joint, as I said, you need to have the device domain joined. It should be registered over M365 services. Okay, so if you are using any personal devices, then you won't be have access to M365 services. Okay, Intra ID is again cloud based, so I don't need to talk on much on that. Co-management is something which enables you to manage your Windows 10 or later devices. Okay, in the sense of SCCM and Intune together, you can combine these two services and you can, furnish your Windows 10 and 11 devices, especially Windows machines. Okay, laptops and desktop. Conditional access policy, I have already talked about it. You need to set the certain authentication mechanism. If you don't get authenticated, you don't get access to any resources. Okay, so that is one thing. Administrative unit, it is more of a resource group, or it can be as a container which is there in ID. Okay, that defines group users, maybe devices, you can set it up. Okay, there you can set all those policies and everything. Okay, so if you are ready to get started, okay, you can definitely check out intune.microsoft.com, and you can also check entra.microsoft.com. These are the two portals where you have access Entra IDs, where your AD governs all. So one more thing just to add, you have on-prem, you have AD, but on the Intra ID, you need to have a connector in between. So once you set the connector, once you have the certificates, assigned, then it starts syncing the data. Also, you can run this sync manually. Okay, so you can set it like how frequent you want to set the syncing, and once the established network, authenticated network is established, your data, flows back and forth. So it means a person who's on-prem, as in an Active Directory. For me, if I'm on-prem, I don't need to create a replica of on this Entra ID. It is the same information will be captured over there as well. Okay, and same hash value, everything will be there. So you don't need to be together at the two places. Okay. Okay. Last thing, what I'm gonna cover in this entire series, and it is more of, I would not say it is just 30 hours course, because some courses where I will deep and dive, which might takes 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Okay, when you're doing troubleshooting, when you're doing enrollment, when you're doing setting up autopilot and all, that takes lots of time and energy. So the course details are as below here. You guys can read. So first we'll talk about the full introduction. So that is already, I think in demo we talked 70 to 80% on that. Licensing setup will do it will be complete setup from the scratch. Okay, so you guys, if you're doing it in enterprise level, you can easily do that. Okay, I'll walk through the entire console. Okay, we will set the Azure AD, we will connect it. Okay, we will talk about the enrollment within Intune. We will set the autopilot, which is gonna be a deep dive, which is gonna be time taking, and it will take humongous amount of time. Okay, then we'll do the hybrid Azure AD and autopilot join. Okay, we will do the Microsoft graphs, and we will take the PowerShell integration. We'll give you the some sort of important scripts that you can utilize. We will do PKCS deployment. We'll talk in the next slide. Maybe in the course, we'll deep dive for the deployment. Okay, of SAP and DES. We'll talk about the Windows information protection, how you can do that, how you can set up co-management, how you can set up. So I will also take you to SCCM. We will set each and everything over there. So it is not just Intune, you will also get access to SCCM as well. Okay. We'll talk about the device enrollment flow. How does this work? So these all will be live, scenarios. Then last, like we will do the Windows enrollment more into deep and dive. We will do the Android enrollment more into deep dive. We will do a integration of Power BI, especially for the reporting. Okay. Then we will go for CSPs, Windows 32 app deployment, LOB deployments, BitLocker management. We will set the labs policies for the password, for the random password to generate for the service desk. We will do the integration of app wrapping. Okay. Then we'll talk about the app deployment in Android Studio. We will do SDK integration. Then we'll talk about the AVD. We'll talk about the VDIs and all on cloud PCs. Okay. Then we will implement PAM and PIM, and Android zero touch enrollment we'll do from the scratch. And Intune RBAC, we will talk about more granular in this. Windows update is quite essential and is very crucial, so we will take much time in deep and dive. Then we'll set in endpoint privilege management and load balancing, AD and depth profile for Mac, and migration sort of thing for Windows on-prem devices to cloud. So this is the overall course structure, which is each topic is something like 1 hour, 2 hours, or maybe 6 hours, depends. So quite lethargic, but yes, quite important. So after doing this, you guys will have full enterprise level expertise. So wherever you go and interview, from interview side point of view, I have created like those live interview questions. Okay, out of which उससे बाहर कुछ नहीं आएगा. वो जितने क्वेश्चंस मैंने बनाए हैं, that I will give it to you. So for interview preparation wise also, you guys will have full access to enterprise questions, and I'll run through कि इस question में ये पूछा है तो क्यों पूछा, उससे करना क्या है आखिर. So whenever you are getting a scenario based questions, you can easily tackle it. Okay, so wherever you go, you can easily crack the interview, you can get the package. I'll also talk about how to negotiate, how to get the package, resume wise, everything we'll talk on and the course. Okay, so that's it from my side. uh you guys can scan the code and can fill the form, and anything and needed, we'll talk in the course further. So I'll stop the sharing once you guys have just scanned it. Let me know. Or you may take a picture. You can do it later. That's not a problem. Okay, just stopping the sharing, guys. Okay. Any questions? Any doubt? Please feel free to ask.
Yeah, hello, Vaibhav. Are you able to hear me?
Hi, Chidambaram. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. I have three questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it is like, if it will be covered later, then we can ignore these questions basically.
Okay.
So, first one is, you have given a scenario saying that, suppose say from the Dell vendor or HP, I ordered
Mm-hmm.
100 laptops, and
Mm-hmm.
the hash values, I will ask the vendor to give me the hash values so I can have in hand to deploy the operating systems when it reaches to the users directly. So uh, I just wanted to have light on this particular scenario in the backend, like how the hash values after we get it. You said that we log in and then it goes straight away to the users. So that one I just wanted to know. And the second question is, we generally we have tills in the company, in the suppose say Reliance stores or anything. We have the old tills where
Mm-hmm.
they do the in the Oracle applications, like where there is a software they do the billing things, and SAP or Oracle tills basically. They do the scanning of the barcodes, they do the sales and so on. And also we have the scanner phones basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a touch screener phones in the warehouses where they,
Mm-hmm.
suppose say Amazon warehouse. So they will have a touch screen, what do you say, the guns you call it. So they
Yeah, yeah.
scan it, they do some settings, say okay, shift it, something like that. So are these two devices can also be managed through Intune? That is my second question. And
Okay.
the last one is, I think this will be covered, the last one, later on in
Mm-hmm.
the subject. So how co-management works between SCCM and Intune? I just wanted to know the back end, how it works. That these are the three things.
Okay. So first thing, I'll go your question. I'll take your question. Okay. First question, I remember you talked about how the hash value works, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How? So, what happens when there is a vendor? क्या होता है? I'm a vendor. I'm a Dell vendor. I'm a Lenovo vendor. So I'll get. I mean, as a company, I will order 100 laptops. Okay, and I will ask that vendor to extract the hash value, okay, from these devices, and it upload it to Intune console. So I will give him a console access. Okay. So
Okay,
what he
temporary
will do,
access. Okay.
temporary access. So what he will do, he will upload all those devices hash value to Intune. Okay, so we'll talk about later automatic enrollment, profile deployments, everything we'll talk in the
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
So that person, I'll do the live scenario also, so you can see it. So
yeah,
what that person do, he uploads that to Intune, and this is where I get to see in the list key how many autopilot devices are currently there. So like how many devices are uploaded, how many hash values are there. So that is
Okay.
where we can seed. So in that case, vendors should not worry. And once those devices are uploaded and those are tagged to a deployment profile, that user will simply like create like do on control alt and delete and simply log in. Okay, put his login credentials. So as you do like new user, you get the new machine, you simply start and you comes with a logo and all. Then it comes to set up your keyboard and all those stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
after doing that, it will prompt you whether you want to put your login credential. When you type your enterprise credential, okay, it will auto detect that machine checked in to Intune. It will deploy the deployment profile, okay, autopilot profile, and then it starts uploading in, all the policies, everything, starts going to that machine. This is how it works.
Okay, got it, Vaibhav. So yeah, so I understood that we give them the limited access so they can
Hmm.
upload them in our environment. That's what I was stuck at. Yeah, I think later on we'll go in deeper on this. Yeah, thank you for this. And the second one is the tills and the scanners. Hello.
Tills and scanners, I mean, basically, I haven't seen anything which is being managed. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because we have here uh, a very big setup, enterprise setup. So I was just wondering. I never
I
heard it.
mean,
That is the
you
reason I
can
just
do.
wanted.
I mean, it's not like you cannot do it. Okay, you can do these what I say. You can do the antivirus scan on these. Okay, you can do these reporting. In Intune you can do these tills you talked about, right?
Yeah.
So yes, you can do it reporting, but I haven't seen in enterprise anyone. I mean, maybe in your experience might have people, or maybe you could be doing it. But yes, what I know
Ac-
that you can
yeah.
do it, but I never did it.
Actually, we are in the migration phase now. So
Hmm.
this hash values and everything also, this real time scenario, we have started last week doing it. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm doing now migration to Intune. So yeah,
Okay.
just want yeah, this was the right time for me to
Okay.
attend yeah do the training because I'm trying to
Hmm.
understand the whole scenario in the back end. And yeah, we have tills. So yeah, just
Oh,
wanted to
okay.
see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So without any hiccup, yes, you can do it. You can perform scans. You can do all these through Intune. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the co-management, how it works between SCCM and Intune in the backend.
Okay, so first of all, understand what is co-management. So co-management hota kya hai? Co-management, this is a feature of SCCM. Okay, so co-management kya karta hai? In background, it gives you what I say, flexibility. Okay, to connect one device which is on managed, like I would say managed device using both. Okay, just say you have a one room. Okay, or you two people are setting so, your two people, your two friends are living there. Okay, what if the third person comes? Okay, and third person is your friend also and his friends also. Okay, so this is where you do the co-management, so give the flexibility to manage both like on premises and cloud based resources. Okay, so there are prerequisites. One, first you need to enable co-management. Okay, so you need to have Microsoft Intune subscription. Okay, and you need to have active instance of SCCM current branch. Okay, also you need to have Active Directory AD integration. Okay, which is for device enrollment and stuff. And when you enable co-management from SCCM console, it it helps you to share the workload. Okay, for example, you want to manage the compliance. Okay, you want to run an inventory, you want to do application deployment, all this stuff you can do it from both. Okay, your SCCM also, your Intune also. So
Okay.
this is one of the features, and basically more of to set the policies and access features and all on the devices. You can do it from both the side. Okay. So SCCM is more of on-premises devices, and Intune is more of cloud. And all these devices which are coming to newly into the picture, those all are cloud. Already inheritance is there. They are, you know, well versed to set up in the cloud. So that is where the Microsoft has thought of, keeping his third largest selling product into the live environment. So to keep it alive, they have given this workload mechanism. Okay. So using this, you can do the compliance policies, you can do the device configuration, you can do the endpoint security, you can do the application management, inventory, all sort of things. You can simply do it. Okay. So
Okay.
that is
Yeah.
what.
So this is like creating a hybrid connect between on-prem and cloud. Is that
Correct.
okay?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's similar
Yes.
like OAuth authentication between AD and AAD. It is
Correct.
for AD and AAD, OAuth authentication is the bridge. Similarly, for
Auth,
SCCM and
yes.
Intune, this is the
Hmm.
bridge. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
now I
That's
completely understood, because if these
yes.
things are not strong, then the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
will
no, no.
be, yeah.
That's why I'm saying I will run through each and every topic, and whatever doubt you have, I am here to solve it. Until it's not solved, I'll not progress further. So, three, four things would like to talk on this call, and then we'll wrap up. Okay. First of all, let me show you something that I think I have already talked. Let me quickly share the screen and show that to you guys. Okay. So let me know when my screen is visible to you. Okay, I'll quickly share it. Okay, let me know if you can see it.
Yes, we are able to see Vaibhav.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so there are questions which I have already, set and prepared. Okay, for Intune especially. So all these like real time scenarios, these questions will definitely help you cracking the interviews. And also I've tried keeping the answers and other stuff wherever I if I'm getting any new question, I'm adding it as well. So how you design an Intune solution for global organization with multiple locations. So these questions are common and very much scenario based. Okay, so you need to ensure when you're doing the live sort of integration, when you're setting up things by your own, so you will start gradually understanding things, how things works. Okay, so I have all sort of questions. You talked about cloud management, right? So CMG is there. So how would you design an Intune architecture to integrate within SSM for co-management? So this is your question, right, Chidam? So this is how you can answer it. People will ask you, Ki, how will
Okay.
you design the solution? Why not consider SCCM, and how can we recommend BYOD devices and all sort of thing? How do you manage BYOD devices? So these are so many questions with their answer I have curated with the steps and each and everything. Okay, so you guys can leverage, take the precedence. You can take it. That is included, and all sort of troubleshooting in such scenarios. What you do in symptoms is like domain joint. Okay, so there is an issue comes like hybrid AD joint fails. Then what you'll do, so you don't need to Google it. You can simply refer this document and you can do the resolution steps and all stuff. Okay, so that's it for from my side today. And you guys, I have taken complete 1.5 hours,
So,
but I would
mhm.
request you to guys enroll and yep, tell me.
Vaibhav, I have one small query. Like throughout this training, do we have like scenario based troubleshooting sessions like that?
We have we have
Okay.
we are currently running SCCM classes. We are doing all sort of live setup and everything. So
Okay.
and one more thing, just to cover it up, it is not just a course. You will get lifetime free access to the classes. So wherever there is any Intune classes is happening, if you want to do a revision, you can simply come to the class and you can join it without any extra trouble or without any question. Okay, so that is one thing. Second thing is that you guys will have my personal assistance. So wherever you are stuck in your live environment and you have questions and doubts, so you don't need to worry for any sort of thing. Okay, you don't need to Google or anything. You can simply connect with me, and as per my availability, I will take you through. I'll resolve the query. Okay, you already have my professional network. So many people are currently indulged, and they are all are professional. So that professional network will gradually grow. Okay, job point of view, I already talked about the interview pre-preparation. So I'll give you the questions, I'll give you the sort of preparation document you can go through. Also, I will help you with the curated responses. For example, if someone asks, in over this 10 years, this is your experience, so what do you consider yourself for the next, and what, so all sort of scenario based questions which you come or stuck with your HR, that also be answered. Okay, resume proofreading I will do. So personally, I'm having like 15 years of experience, and I am like uh, having so many candidates that I have interviewed so far. So I am pretty much sure what should be written in the resume and what should not. And there is also flexibility of AI which we can utilize in in resume, which is free. Okay, so all these, I'm not charging for anything. These all are free. So you guys have good like your candidature. So wherever you go in any company, you guys will rock for sure.
So basically, I think I'm from exchange background, Vaibhav. So I just want to integrate with the Intune also to like expand my knowledge in various areas as well. So that's what I got an interest to learn this as well.
Sure. Thank you.
Vaibhav,
Yep.
Hi, Vaibhav.
how
Guys.
to enroll online?
So guys, you can simply like scan. I think you guys have scanned it. If
No,
you
no, no, I
not,
have not. I missed that. Can you
okay. Okay,
paste it on
so
chat?
I'll do one thing. I will do one thing since it's a team effort. I will do one thing. I'll give you the WhatsApp number. You
Yeah.
can simply connect. Okay, we'll send you the details, and you can enroll. You can like take the course. It's not enrollment is already we have stopped. So it's all going to live. So we don't want to take further enrollment. We are commencing the class shortly.
So the class will be
Oh,
from next week, Vaibhav?
Class will be, yes. So I have like Chidam is from UK. Couple of friends, they could not join today because of Sunday. So but yes, they are from different time zone. So for that we are extending this to 12:30 Saturday and Sunday, 12:30 p.m. the classes would start. Okay, and
Yeah.
it is not just 1 hour course or just 2 hours. It depends how the scenario and how the troubleshooting or whatever we are doing. It may take time, so we just need to ensure that you are having a good amount of time for this class. Okay.
Okay, got it.
No problem.
Hi, Sir Ravinder. Please ask.
yeah, Vaibhav. Yeah, Vaibhav. Yeah, I have two questions, Vaibhav. So one is, no, you discussed about the MS Graph. No, MS Graph is integrated with the O365 and all Intune related, right?
It okay. One thing. Sorry, I think I thought I thought of sharing that architecture. I'll quickly just see if I can show you guys how the architecture works. So it's already open somewhere. Huh. 1 second. I'll quickly show you. Okay. So. Hmm, 1 second. Let me quickly share. I just forgot this. My, my bad. Okay, so I'll share the screen. So if you have guys any doubt, you can simply see. So let me know if my screen is visible to you guys. Okay.
Yeah, yes, Vaibhav.
So now, so this is behind the scene, okay? When you see this picture talks about the scale unit, okay? So this scale unit is something where Intune operates multi-scale unit model, okay? It is not scaled on one. It can be scaled to handle multiple portions to overall, okay? So each ASU, which is called scale unit, this contains multiplexed components, okay, which allows you to distribute processing and redundancy, okay. So what is core component of this? This is called UX intense. Okay, UX is means user experience. Okay, so in this instance, what happens? It interfaces. It users can interact with Intune using this. Okay, because of this instance, right? Then logic is something that is background processing engine which implements all your business logic, whatever you set in Intune, okay, that connects with it. Then is storage where it handles all your data storage, what you need, okay, including your users, device data, everything, okay, that falls into this. Then comes your Graph API. So Graph API is something is it's a service, okay, that allows interaction with Intune data and your functionality via APIs. So it Graph API is like underneath, I would say, all sort of services. It is where it connects with other sort of connection, establish the connection. It gives you connect with the different APIs and all. What sort of microservices? So this architecture supports more than 400 plus microservices. So in microservices, I'm talking about scaling, updating, management, modular approach engine, or all those stuff which comes into this microservices. Okay, so these microservices handles your various tasks. Like if you're doing device management, if you're doing reporting, you're doing analytics, you're doing wipeout, all sort of things that comes here. Okay, then Azure VM, this is where your like Intune utilizes Azure VM machines to run part of architecture. Okay, so all the architecture that you see, that is under this computing. Okay, this is where it allows you to be flexible, scalable for your compute resources. And region wise, you can see like region is something, it's like to scale across. Okay, for example, I am into India, so I have a one region in India. Then if I'm in UK, I have another region, so on. So this is where it ensures that we have a low latency. Okay, and our data is available. Okay, highly available to everywhere. Okay, that is the behind the scene. This is something on the server side. Okay, now I'll tell you the architecture of the server side more into detail. Okay, this is also sort of client architecture. Yeah, I would say managed endpoint windows. Okay, this is represents that your Intune is typically running on Windows. So these endpoints where you set the policies, configuring, and all those will be applied here. Okay, then system interfaces where it's like a layer which contains all sort of interfaces which is being used by Intune. So WMI is something Windows Management Instrumentation, registry, events, files. I think you guys know already, certificates and all. So these interfaces enable Intune to gather information from the device. Okay, and if the proper configuration is applied, necessary configuration is applied or not, this is where Intune identify and understands. Then agent, parser, gateways, notification hubs, and all. So agent is something, a software component which is installed on managed devices, like uh, uh, means company portal. So this is where agent is installed. Then parser is something which interprets the data which is received by Intune service or sent by the agent. Okay, this is the parser. Gateway is something which facilitates the communication in between managed devices, okay, via Intune. Notification is something you get it on the device as an alert, okay, and if there is any change or any update comes, then this comes into notification hubs. And CSP is something configuration service provider, okay. So this component is, allows especially for the management of the device's configuration, okay. This is CSP is something. Intune server side is nothing that just a sort of orchestrator. Okay, this is what it entirely manage all the process. Okay, and I have already talked about OMA in the class. So OMA and DM protocol, which is like a traditional protocol which is being used for device management, facilitating data sync and policy applications especially. Okay, this is where it used. Then WNS, which is nothing but Windows notification service. It's a push notification that you see on your managed endpoint devices. Okay, proprietary channels and all. So this is nothing but just for an agent to communicate and send the communicator. Okay, last one is WINDC, which is called Windows Declared Configuration. So this is an upcoming feature which is aimed to enhance your devices and more of configuration and manage it. So they are future, they are adding more feature to manage your devices in more secure manner. Okay, so this entire architecture is a combination of protocols, agents, services, configuration, communication to ensure that yes, your device is properly being managed over the network. Okay, so that was the last thing. I'm sorry, I just missed it out. That's it for, and I think that has answered your queries, Saravanan.
Yes. So, Vaibhav, and one more thing, So, I have one is a migration part from Windows 10 to from SCCM machines devices or migration to Intune. One thing,
Mhm.
and second things we almost of 450 packages needs to be created from an Intune side. So
Okay.
it would be any kind of applications. It is
Mhm.
all kind of automation only, automation, right? So it will be automatically deployed like Adobe Office packages
Mhm.
like that, all the things. You can
Mhm.
help me in this now, no? Know what type of the application and what type of the automation part we can do. That all you can help me out, right?
Certainly, certainly. As I mentioned, wherever my expertise is there and wherever you feel that you require help, definitely reach out to me. This is where I extend my extra support. Okay.
Because
So,
of
guys, yep, yep.
some application have some kind of functionality, right? So so I'm not aware, no. So that so I'm taking help from that.
No
That's the
problem,
thing.
no problem. That's not a big challenge. We'll certainly do so. If you guys have not enrolled, I have sent the QR code. Please do enroll, and we will connect further. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate. I hope this has been informative, and I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking time today. Take care.
Thank you, Vaibhav. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.